Somali leaders endorsed Donald Trump during the election, and now he wants to deport them. So if you don't remember, during the election, Somali leaders in Minnesota did a press conference where they publicly endorsed Donald Trump. Now, fast forward to recently, Donald Trump is, doing his press conference on the news, and he's saying that he wants Somali people gone. He says that he does not like them. He says that, I guess, the areas that they live in are poverty-stricken, and, they're not good people, and that's why they don't even want to live in their own country, and he knows that it's not politically correct to say that, but he don't like them, and he wants them gone. There's a lot of immigrants that are learning the hard way that, your proximity to whiteness means nothing. There's a reason why a lot of black people don't care to be, in white spaces. They don't care to bootleg or none of that. There's a reason, because at the end of the day, whether you believe that you're black or not, I'm not black, I'm Somali, they don't care. So now these leaders have gotten on, national television, told their community to vote for this man, their community that probably trusts them, and that same man is talking down on them as people, talking down on their country, and wants them gone. To no surprise. And then you have Somalis now tweeting, that black Americans think it's funny. They're not worried about, what's happening to Somalis when, this is just going to intensify racial profiling, and they're now going to be racially profiled. I'm so sorry. Somali people, yeah, some of y'all are beautiful, but there's no way in hell you're going to look at me and tell me that I look like I'm from Somali. You know that I look like an African American.
And I love Trump. We've always loved Trump. And the reason why is because he's a fighter. That's it. We like fighters. More importantly, the left left us. They left us. We talk about economic conditions here. Our conditions is horrible. We can't afford anything as working class and middle class people. Now, please understand this. We love our brothers and sisters who are Democrats, but you left us. And because the left left us, join the right, vote for Trump, 2024.
On this edition of FAFO, the Somalis for Trump edition.
Somalia, which is barely a country. They have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Now, let's rewind back to the 2024 election season, because some Somali voters said that the economy and social issues are driving them to vote for Trump. Economic issues and LGBTQ issues in local schools are prompting more Somali voters to choose Republican candidates, say several Somali community members. Then this article here said that Democrats lost support with Somali Minnesota voters in 2024 presidential election. Concerns about the war, the economy, and not feeling heard contributed to shifting political tide. And a lot of them then voted based on faith as well as against LGBTQ issues. Well, let's see how some of them are doing now. New immigration operation is set to target Somali migrants in the Twin Cities, Minnesota. And this one goes with the video clip that I just showed you. It says Trump calls Somalis garbage. He doesn't want them in the country. Makes me wonder if any of those Somalis have friends or family members that are of questionable status or aren't permanent or legal residents of some type, because these raids are gonna go after them specifically. And he also called your folks garbage. I'm gonna venture a very strong educated guess and say that you did not expect the leopards to come and eat your faces. But anyways, have the day that you voted for. Bye.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking. When you saw this video, so a lot of Somalians are now finding it out the hard way. Okay, a lot of them voted for the orange man, and right now they are all freaking out just because somehow they are about to be deported, and he said he doesn't want them here. Like, he wants them all gone. Like, a lot of their leaders came out and say they were tired of spending so much on groceries and things were so expensive, and they were living some life that is not so good and all that, and Democrats had left them, so they decided it was time to join the right, and they collaboratively or collectively, that's the word, they collectively voted for the orange man, and right now they are feeling sad and wanting black folks to come and help them. The same people that say, I'm not black, I'm Somalia. I'm not black, I'm Somalia. Right now, they are asking for help. Well, let's take a look at these videos, and credit belongs to original creators of this video. Let's go watch.
You mean to tell me not only did the Muslims in Dearborn, Michigan support Wigs R Us, but the Somalians in Minneapolis, Minnesota supported Wigs R Us. And now he is saying that y'all have stolen billions from the fucking United States and from American citizens, and that the mayor of Minneapolis should be disappointed and should not be happy with having y'all in their fucking city. And now they've removed the protections for y'all so y'all can be deported, even though we know a lot of y'all are U.S. citizens. The fact that he said he's removing protections from y'all so y'all can go ahead and see ice, baby, boom, doom, doom. When y'all gonna start listening to black folks? That's my fucking question, because I know y'all come to this fucking country and y'all are told that black people are the most laziest people in the fucking world, even though y'all don't do no fucking studying. Y'all have no idea who the fuck we really are. Why the fuck would y'all come to a country and listen to white folks and not listen to people who actually look like you? I'll wait. Because we told y'all, dumbasses. We told y'all. I'm telling you, I'm going to say this again. Anytime a white person tries to come between people of color, there's always an agenda. And for the Somalian people in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you about to find out that fucking agenda, okay? You are about to be the next. Come on down. It is time for you to get your ride on the ICE train. This shit has got to be studied. Like, honestly, I feel like they don't learn no fucking history when they get here. You forget you look like me. We could be twinning them. They don't like y'all either, but they damn sure will take your vote so they can deport your ass next time.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
Over 70% of Somalians living in the UK live in government housing, and over half of them are either unemployed or economically inactive. The average IQ in Somalia, by some estimates, has been pegged at around 68. To put that into perspective, an IQ of 70 is the standard clinical threshold below which you are generally considered to be intellectually disabled. Trump's words may seem harsh, but we have to stop pretending like immigration from every country is the same. Like Ben Stiller is over here preaching to everybody that this country was built on the backs of people who came from other places. Where did they come from, Ben? It wasn't Somalia. If a person is coming from a country that is economically and culturally vastly different than our own, they are probably not in a good position to contribute to our society. It is not our government's responsibility to take care of the entire world. Our government's responsibility is to our government's citizens.
I just know you all seen that one video of the Somali old heads coming together being like, oh, Trump 2025, Trump for president. And they went on a podium endorsing Donald Trump and supporting his campaign. Now, it didn't even take a full year before Donald Trump turns his back on these old heads, telling them, I don't want you nasty Somalians in this country. The same exact old heads who were endorsing and supporting Trump's campaign are now being insulted on national television. Now, ain't this karma at its finest?
These people been here for 30 years. And for 30 years, they refuse to assimilate. As a matter of fact, they done turned Minnesota into Little Somalia. Even changed the flag of Minnesota to reflect Somalia. They wasn't trying to be Americans. They were trying to recreate home. But when you tell them it's time to go home, suddenly it's a problem. When you say it's time to pack your bags because your temporary protection is over, honey. It's time to pack your bags and go home. Now suddenly it's a problem. Oh, we Americans though. We Americans. Since when? You ain't never tried to be American. You tried to change America. You tried to create your own little Somalia that you could safely have things your way in. Well, we're telling you that we don't want our cities changed into Somalia. We're going to give you a bus ride, a plane ride, a boat ride, and everything else you need until you back safely in Somalia. And let's hope them boats don't get pirated along the way.
I think we need to start off here, right? Identity for many people in the diaspora is complicated. Centuries of colonialism, displacement and race to the sea shaped how many ethnic groups perceive themselves. And of course, Somalians are not an exception. The idea of not being black didn't just fall from the sky. It rooted in a long history of cultural pride, clan identity, and sometimes, unfortunately, internalized anti-blackness taught by external forces. But here's the thing. Why some Somalians, held that belief, others never subscribe to it. Many Somalis do identify as black. Many actively stand with, African Americans, with Africans across the continent, with global black causes. Okay. The problem is that the loudest voices online were often the ones saying, we're not black, not the ones saying we are. Now today, things have shifted dramatically. The same Western countries where Somalis sought refuge, places like, the US, are tightening their immigration policies, passing laws that create fear in the immigrant, communities and pushing rhetoric that kind of directly targets them. Okay. Suddenly, the reality sets in when the government, the police, or, the system sees you, they don't, kind of ask you, who are you? Are you black? Or, they don't see Somali only. They see a black immigrant. They see an African refugee. They see a minority. Identity becomes simple real fast when the system reminds you who it thinks you are. And that's why the shift is happening. Some Somalis, who once distanced themselves from blackness, now realize that when discrimination hits, it hits everybody with melanin. No matter what they call themselves. Now they are noticing that community they once separated from is the same community pushing for migrant rights, fighting kind of profiling, organizing against police violence, and of course demanding equity for all people of color. But Black Americans in particular have a long history of standing up not only for themselves, but also for other groups. And now these people need their help.
Hi, so I just really want to make this video from like a human space. This is something I've been really meaning to say, and I'm so glad that I can finally articulate it to you guys. So I'm Somali. I grew up in Minnetonka. I've been raised here my entire life. I am born here and I've lived here. I've studied here. I'm a pre-med. I do research, and that's usually the type of stuff I talk about on my page. But right now I feel like it's really important for me to say this. What I'm going to say is that I have been getting so many messages telling me to go back to your country, go back to your country. But the reality of the situation is the United States is the only country I've ever known my entire life. And the thing is, the great irony of it all is I'm not the ambassador of Somalia. I don't speak for Somali people. I'm not a spokesperson for this community. I'm just one young person trying to study, navigate life, and live like any other 20-something-year-old living here in this state. And so something that I feel like is going on is that there's a lot of immigrant people and first-gen, second-gen kids like me, with this weight on our shoulders, trying to explain everything going on in our communities, trying to defend our communities. But I'm really no different from any other 20-something-year-old trying to make it here in this state, in this country, in this world. And so I'm sharing this because I really feel like a lot of us are being treated this way and dealing with this quietly. But the reality is we aren't symbols. We aren't some type of ambassador. We are just human beings like everybody else.
Somalians are trying to drag Black Americans into their fight. Check this out.
But Trump based his order on a report whose author has made it clear that his goal is to denaturalize and deport as many Somali Americans as possible. This is not about crime. It's not about safety. This is about purging people like me from this country. Minnesota has always been a welcoming place for people fleeing a home country that is blasted by war, poverty, and hunger. Europeans in the 19th and 20th century, Black Americans from the South, Hmong.
That was a call for allyship, and they threw the race card out there. We're all Black. What happened to I'm not Black, I'm Somalian? And what happened to the call of allyship when y'all was scamming Minnesota out of hundreds of millions of dollars? They only pull out the race card when it's beneficial to them, because before this, they'll tell you, you're jealous because Somalians are driving Priuses. And there's no allyship when they taking advantage of all these government assistance programs, HUD, public housing. They're not going to let you in their building that they're in. And these are the same people that will tell you, if you Black American Somalians will say, hey, my people came over here in planes and your people came over here in shackles and chains. Keep that same energy. I respect that. Since me and my peoples came over here in shackles and chains in a ship, I'm porting my ship right here. This is where I'm going to port my ship. Don't use Black as a race card. Don't use Black when it's beneficial. Keep that same energy. You not Black, you Somalians. You not Black, you Nigerians. Keep that same energy. Because when it's time to benefit off these government programs, like housing, all that stuff, they lock other people out. They don't care about nobody else but their own people. So why you yelling allyship now?
And now I'm understanding, and you're going to look at, I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Somebody say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
It's important to know that every time a new wave of immigrants arrive in the West, it's Black movement, civil rights, BLM, grassroots organizers that open doors, shift laws, and create, protections that benefit everyone. Now, this is why so many Somalis, today are reaching out and asking for support, asking for visibility, asking for, alliance, because the truth is Black people show up. When the world collapses, Black people are always the ones lifting others first. And now, a lot of them are not even interested to join in any form of protest or movement, or even speaking up for anyone, because of how these guys came up and said, we're not Black, we are Somalis, we're not Black. And some of them saying Black is a made-up word and all that. But now we have, a lot of them asking for help. Many Black Americans are online, even Africans are supporting, responding with something like, now you need us, but before we weren't the same. You said you weren't Black until you were treated like one. And honestly, the reaction comes from pain, not hatred. It comes from years of, hearing people distance themselves from Blackness only to come running back when things get tough. Many Black communities have carried the burden of race to the seas for, generations. Some when people, when people, deny their identity but want the solidarity, it feels like, using Blackness only when convenient, and that hurts so bad. The truth remains that, anti-immigrant laws, deportation threats are rising, so badly, like rising rates, says they don't care about the division within minority, community. When the system sees you as one group, fighting each other becomes a luxury none of us can afford. They only, the only people who benefit from division between Somalis and, of course, any other immigrant community right now are the people in power who rely on that division to keep everyone weak. If history has taught us anything, it's unity is strength, division is weakness. And we are entering a political climate where, unity might be the only thing that protects vulnerable communities. But yeah, I know that is what I said. But at the end of the day, most of these people actually still do not believe the fact that they have an atom of melanin in them. To think that, you see someone who looks like yourself telling you that they are not black, that they are something, okay, maybe their country and all that. And now the question remains, why are they not ready to go back as people who have been claiming that, lineage for a very long time? Okay, so I feel that this is the time for everyone to actually know where they stand, and also seek some kind of alliance if possible, even though everyone will be like, this is not the right time. Okay, they have made their decisions. Okay, now the moment Somalians keep asking for support is not a sign of it, is a sign of realization. Some of them are realizing, and that's true. Okay, a sign that their word is forcing all marginalized groups to rethink that division, and maybe that's exactly the wake-up call everyone needed. Okay, like the Latinos as well, who were not calling on black folks to join them in the protest and all that. This is what we are seeing right now. Even though some of them voted for this, but you can still sense some kind of regret, okay, for what they've done. But who knows? In the next election, who will they vote for? I know that's a question that will come in the mind of everyone, and truly, it's unanswered because I do not know the facts. Anyway, let me know what you all think in the comments. I really love to read from you. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more and more people can see it. Credit belongs to original creators of this video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course drop your own take in the comments. See you next time. Bye, guys.